The oil drilling rigs shooting up in North Dakota's wheat fields operate around the clock. They're tapping new wells in the vast Bakken Formation 2 miles underground. And they're one of the main reasons this state has the lowest unemployment in the nation, attracting workers from around the country.
Right now, this is the most booming place of all of the United States, so this is the place to be if you want to make money.
But many coming for work in oil fields here quickly realize a problem.
If you want a comfortable place to live, you better pray. You either better know someone or just get used to living in a hotel for a little while. If you can find a hotel, because most of them are already booked.
Oil companies have even built giant crew camps, locally called man camps, to house their workers. Others book hotels by the month.
It's pretty embarrassing, but like I said, I got the money, but I just can't find a room tonight.
We met Joey Scott in the Walmart parking lot in Williston. He'd parked his truck for the night next to a dirty snow heap. Similarly, 2 weeks before, he'd driven from Great Falls, Montana, looking for work on a drilling rig. He had a job within a day, but all the hotels were booked.
It got down to 5 degrees that night. I had to wake up 5 or 6 times, start my truck, to warm the truck up.
This time, he'd come back to Williston for job training, and again, found no vacancies.
I gotta do my drug test tomorrow, physical tomorrow, and I get fitted for a respirator and check in the man camp on Wednesday evening.
So you'll have somewhere to stay on Wednesday evening,
yes,
at least?
Hopefully if I get to these motels early in the morning, I might be able to find a room, but I arrived here too late to find one. A couple crooks in the back, but get up and crack it a couple times and it'll be alright.
Basically, in this town, when something presents itself, if you say no, you're going to be waiting another 4 months. So we went ahead and took this.
Yeah, this is where we sleep, eat, watch TV, do everything.
Robert and Jana Stout bounced from hotel to hotel for 4 months before securing this 12 by 12 room. They now pay $450 a month.
And this is the bathroom. I would just like to be able to cook a dinner and, actually sit at a table and eat.
I ain't gonna lie, like since we moved to this town, I put on like 40 pounds. But that's because we're eating restaurant food, we're eating fast food, we're eating microwave food. None of that's healthy. Like I talked to a dietitian this Monday and she's like, it's really hard to get healthy when you're living in a hotel.
Although we've been building apartments and things that can be rented out, we haven't been able to keep up with the demand.
We have a lot of groundbreakings in the area.
Ward Koser is mayor of Williston. He's seen good times and bad here, and like many residents, is cautious about oil booms.
In the early 80s, we saw a tremendous boom in activity. The city grew from about 12,000 to about 17,000 by the mid-80s, and then experienced a bust. As the oil prices dropped, we saw that population drop back down to about 12,000 again. The developers in many cases walked away from that, and the city was left with an excess of $20 million in bad debt.
A mostly vacant mobile home park, closed after the last boom, is now being reopened to campers and skid shacks. On the waiting list are people like Mercedes Allen from California. She's been looking for a place for 3 months while living with her boyfriend and baby in her uncle's basement.
We moved here because in California we were both unemployed. And I'm hoping today that this is going to be the place that we're going to be in. My aunt and uncle said that it was time to get out. I was wondering if you guys had any spaces open?
Meanwhile, other RV parks and campgrounds in the area are either closed or full.
I came up here in October, it was 40 below. And when you get the Canadian wind, it is cold.
Fred Weiss is a roughneck from Casper, Wyoming. He'd been laid off from his job for months before getting hired by Halliburton in Williston.
Well, I left a new home. I left my 2 girls, my 2 granddaughters, and my wife. It's like being during the Depression, having to go miles and miles to work. And it was like a nightmare trying to find a home. So I figured, well, this is my savings grace, bring my camper up here and make her work.
Thanks largely to oil development, North Dakota last year had a $700 million budget surplus. Now, with thousands more workers expected in the area this summer, towns like Williston are looking to the state for help.
We're behind from where we were before. How are we going to handle another 3,000 workers? So you can't react as quick as the demand is there, and that's stressful.
Even if we abandon ship now and head home, there's
don't have
nothing home.
anything.
There's no jobs there. It's a sinking economy, basically. So if we have to make this work and we all survive and have money coming in and income to live, that's better than going back there and not having anything. So
I think it's well worth it, honestly. I don't mind this because I know I have a good future in store with this company. Actually watching White Fang.
Back in the parking lot, Joey Scott was one night away from his first day on the job. Tomorrow, he'd be sleeping at a company crew camp.
I'm getting ready to go to bed in an uncomfortable truck. I can't wait. Even though I'll be in close quarters with 6 sweaty guys, it doesn't matter. I'll finally have a place to stay here in this town.